Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I have had the most incredible morning, and I know that you will too. So today is about observing. Before the observing happens, the way I want you to start today is by 100% forgiving yourself for all of the things that you're judging yourself on. I can guarantee that there has been at least one thought this morning that you said something bad about yourself or got frustrated. And I know that I'm so much more passionate and involved and engaged because it was clear that this is something that women struggle with constantly. And we work so hard and we give so much of ourselves, and then in the process, we're just constantly breaking ourselves down to the point of we wouldn't even be friends with ourselves if it was another person that was treating us that way. And once I realized that I made certain decisions because people treated me poorly, but I treat myself way worse than they were treating me. And that is something that really hit home for me once my awareness was there, because I had to observe it. Now, if you can observe a thought, you can change it. You can change a thought in a few seconds. And whether it's negative or positive, that's what tends to happen, is that we can change a thought in a couple seconds, but most of the time that thought takes us to the next negative thought, and then the next one, and the next one. And all of a sudden we're spiraling and we've said 100 million terrible things about ourselves. It is really interesting to understand more about what's happening with the brain and what's happening in the body. A really great example of that is when you're upset, or when you're angry, or when you're mad, or when you're frustrating, or more specifically when you're judging yourself. Finding where that feeling is in your body. And that's kind of one of the things that I want you to focus on. So we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts in a day. So of all of those thoughts today, I just want you to observe them as much as you can. If you can, put a little rubber band on your wrist. I always have them on my wrist for hair ties. Snap yourself just to bring the awareness that you're having the negative thought. And then if you can, once you are aware of it, see where you feel it in your body. Okay, so then when you feel that and you snap it, forgive yourself. The forgiveness thing that you're gonna have to create right now is gonna have to be continuous in the beginning, but you are amazing and you are working so hard. It's time to love yourself exactly where you're at. So if you can forgive that space, then you can move on with your day, and then see it, observe it, change it. So the way that the brain works, and this is crazy, I just actually learned this the other day, that 95% of who we are by the age 35 is learned behaviors and actions that we are just responding to. So that means we have this 5% ability to be something different after age 35. But it doesn't have to be that way once you can observe it and then change it. You have to be a boss of your own mind, because you are in charge. And if you're not in charge, your mind will just go. Those are intrusive thoughts, and those intrusive thoughts do not have to be given any power. You get to have the power because you are 100% in charge. If you're in charge of all of these other areas in your life, why can't you be in charge of your own brain and your own thoughts? So forgive yourself. Right now, just take a second. Stephanie, I forgive you for all of the judgment that you've made, even just this morning. I'm not any different, okay? So I'm just like you. I'm just, the more that I learn, the more I can apply, and that's exactly what's happening. We're always gonna have these triggers, okay? There are some triggers that you're gonna be able to let go, like when you look in the mirror and you get triggered on that one area that you're just really upset about. It's an area that you could tell me right now, okay, I hate this area of my body, and a lot of you did share those things. And so that's basically what you want to focus on, is being aware, changing the thought, forgiving yourself, and then loving that anyway, and forgiving, forgive.